right, awesome. Well, let's get started. Hi, everybody. It's Leah Etling from Running USA. Great to see you again for another one of our 5 questions interviews. And today we're chatting with Aaron Velthoven from the Detroit Free Press Marathon. He's a vice president and the race director there. Aaron, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Leah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're really excited to chat. So, first of all, let's hear a little bit about you. What do you love most about what you do?
It's a great question. My background is event production. Um, so I love creating experiences for people that bring people together, ex that, inspire them to push their limits. And, one of the things I love about what we get to do is seeing runners and walkers of all backgrounds, whether you're an elite athlete, a first timer, um, or anywhere in between, uh, cross the finish line with that sense of accomplishment that stays with them, in the emotions that come out. I mean, I love it year in and year out, and it's what drives me personally and excites me about what we get to do.
I totally get that. I have gone from, being an athlete and crossing finish lines to being someone who can't be at a finish line without bursting into tears. So that makes a lot of sense to me. I love that. So your race is really unique in terms of US events because it's actually an international course that crosses over into Canada. So tell us a little bit about that. How does it, A, enhance the race experience for your runners? And are there any challenges with that right now, given all that's going on in the world?
Yeah, yeah, it's truly the heart of our race is what makes our race very special. The international course crossing from Detroit to Windsor via the Ambassador Bridge, and then back through uh, to Detroit through the Detroit Windsor Tunnel, which is what we love to call the only international underwater mile in a marathon. It just offers such a rare opportunity to run into two countries via one race. It's an adventure. It makes our race stand out. Um, it's certainly adds to the complexity of the operation, the amount of stakeholders, amount of safety and security departments that we work with on both the US side and the Canadian side. Um, but we have great partners both in Detroit and in Windsor. Uh, and all of the agencies that we work with the US side and the Canadian side, uh, really engage with our race and our operation throughout the year. Um, and we're very thankful and we're lucky uh, that we get such great engagement with those folks. Certainly, as we're seeing this year, as we've seen in other years, because of our uniqueness, we monitor what goes on and the news and the updates that we see. But for now, we're excited this year that we're gonna do some really cool updates to our course this year, and we're looking forward to another great international race here in Detroit and Windsor.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure it will be. So I don't think I shared this with you, but I'm a big fan of Detroit. I actually have personal roots there. My grandfather
Oh,
was raised there, and my great grandfather was actually a car designer for Ford Motor Company. So it's an amazing
great.
city. I've had the chance to visit a couple times. Such a rich history and really a very cool running scene that I think is kind of up and coming. So, how would you say that the marathon has contributed both to like the city's resurrection and then also now it's kind of burgeoning reputation as a running destination, a great spot to go to run?
Yeah, yeah. Detroit is an amazing city, and we have this amazing binational region uh, with Windsor, Ontario, just south of us. It's South Detroit, as we like to say, as the famous Journey song mentions. But the the rise of Detroit over the last 15 years um, has been tremendous for someone that's been born and raised here. I'm born and raised in Detroit. I have a lot of Detroit pride. We all do here locally, with what the city has been through throughout its history, its automotive roots, its very blue collar roots. When you grow up in this area, um, most of your family and friends have are work in the industry, work in the auto industry in some way, shape, or form. Uh, it's a it's a tremendous thing to see as someone that's born and raised here, what's gone on with the revitalization of the city and um, bringing back the downtown area within Detroit. The great thing about the race, from our standpoint, is we get to showcase all of that to thousands of participants and spectators. Um, you know, we we redesigned the marathon course in 2022 on the Detroit side to really highlight and showcase some of the tremendous growth within the city. And we run through a host of revitalized neighborhoods, historic neighborhoods, um, and areas around the city that just tell the Detroit story. Areas like Eastern Market, one of the oldest markets in the country. The DeQuinder Cut, which uh, is a running trail that was created out of an old rail trail, a railroad track through the city. So it's it's an amazing uh, event that you get to experience everything that Detroit has to offer and everything that's been great about Detroit over these last 15 to 20 years through our course, which is something that's we're really proud of and excited to continue to feature on the course.
Well, it's on my bucket list. I don't have too many races that I'm super excited to get out and do one day, but you're definitely up there high on the top. One
Love to hear.
aspect of your program that I really wanted to single out was your kids marathon program, and I think this might tie back into the, community redevelopment and commitment as well. So tell me a little bit about that. What are some of the goals there, and what have you achieved so far?
Yeah. So, we have a kids marathon program that's probably, it's not very unique compared to other kids marathon programs. We started it a couple years ago. And it has the formula of the 25-mile training program. Um, and Our kids come on Saturday of race weekend, they run their final mile of their first marathon. And we took a a slightly different approach to the program, though, in that for us, one of our goals as a race over the last 5 years has been growing participation in our events within the residents of the city of Detroit. Detroit's geography or demographics throughout the city and the suburbs, you know, uh, historically a very segregated um, community, both demographically as well as economically. So it's been something that we've been, really pushing to impact through our race and giving opportunities to residents within the city to participate in our sport, to experience their first race. And the kids marathon program, we really saw as a way to do that, to introduce the sport to kids and the city of Detroit and get them excited about being active and running their first marathon. So last year, we were excited to partner with the Detroit Public School Community District, and we had about 5 schools within the district that we partnered with. Each school had about 20 to 30 kids in the program. We ended up, I think, ultimately with about 260 kids in the program from the Detroit Public Schools. These kids, we worked with a number of sponsors who were eager to help out. Uh, every kid in the DPSCD program received a free pair of running shoes at the beginning of their training. Um, they got free entry into the program. We did transportation to this from the school to Saturday to run the final mile and back. And then while they were at our Saturday events, uh, we provided them with a healthy meal, um, And some of our great run groups in the city served as ambassadors for the kids to help them along, get them stretched out, get them ready to go, get them excited for the race. As well as these are kids that are new to running, so teaching them how to put on their bibs and things like that. It was a tremendous program. The feedback we got from the Detroit Public School Community District was tremendous. And this year we're going to grow the program. We're going to be in 7 schools this coming up year. We're targeting about 320 kids this year for the program, and it's a program that we're looking to grow, that we hope to continue to grow in the coming years.
That's awesome. And I'm sure the exposure to those older runners, run club members really gives them like some heroes to look up to and something to aspire to as they go through school and maybe even do track or cross country. Very, very cool. I love that. So, final question. 2025, your race is still a few months ahead of you. What are some areas where you might be looking to make changes this year? Anything you're trying to do differently to improve the event, operations, or anywhere else?
Yeah, yeah, it's a great question. We're focusing a lot right now on I would call incremental improvements, very what we feel is valuable incremental improvements from last year. We had a really good year last year. I was really proud of the team. But we there's a number of key focuses that we have this year. One is improved communication throughout. We're looking to do we're revamping our participant communication. We experienced something that we had never experienced before in our history, in that we sold out uh, last year for the first time in our history. And then we just achieved our second sellout. We were open registration for just 60 days this year. So we've which is great. It's exciting, but it's new for us as a race. You know, we uh, we've never had a communication window for as long as we're going to have this year for the bulk of our participants. So uh, we're we're excited to be able to uh, do some very different communication, personalization with our runners earlier in the calendar. So we're excited about that. We're looking at also ways in which we can enhance the runner experience on course. We've got a couple of things that we're doing on the Windsor side of the course that we're going to announce this summer that I think our participants are really going to enjoy. So more on that soon. I can't share too many details on that, but the other thing that we're doing and we've done over the last couple of years that we're I think finding a um, that we're doing really well in is our sustainability initiatives. So in 2023, we were the first major event in the city of Detroit to achieve net zero waste, which we were very proud about. And then we did achieve that designation again last year for the second year in a row. Um, so we are continuing uh, to uh, to really look at that in all areas of our operation to maintain that designation as we go forward. So it's been a big focus for us, and we're going to continue to focus on that this year.
Very cool. So, final bonus question, just something fun. If there is one fun fact or interesting anecdote that you'd like to share either about the events or about the city, what would you like people to know about Detroit if they've never had the chance to come out there and check it out for themselves?
Oh boy. Well, let's see. Well, I'll tell you what, we do at the start line, I'll say this. Detroit is home to some amazing music and some amazing artists. But we've started a little tradition, I would say, over the last roughly 10 years, where the last song you hear before you cross that start line is "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. And the energy right before the horn goes off to start, after that song gets played, We hear great things about, participants talk about how exciting that ending is, um, or that beginning is, I should say, to the start line with that song, and it's become, a big sort of tradition for us, and it's one of the things that I hear about the most when people come up to me, participants come up to me and talk about their experiences. They love kicking off that marathon to that song.
That's super cool. Well, I'm going to see if we can get Mike to dub in a little bit of that track to kind of close us out here, and maybe a few pictures of the beginning of last year's race would be great to share as well. But
That's
Aaron,
great.
thank you so much. This has been really fun. Really enjoyed the conversation.
Thanks, Leah. Appreciate it.